Welcome to Pog or Dog, featuring your host, JussRuss, and co-host, Sad Life Sean.
And with that, welcome to the Pog or Dog podcast. This is me, your host, JussRuss. Sad Life Sean here to my right. Thank you for stopping by. So for our first ever episode, there's a lot of things we need to explain. First of all, if you don't know, what is Pog and what is Dog? Well, Pog is a pretty famous emote on Twitch. Most people would consider it as like, something exciting, something to be happy for. So Pog is a positive thing. Rest assured, Dog probably implies what you're thinking. You don't want to be a dog.
Don't be a
And
dog.
so here we are with our first ever show. This is kind of like we're just running it live, seeing what happens. And we're going to be talking today about basically Christmas, since it's kind of weird how close Christmas is. You look at the date and it says it's 5 days away, and so it really just doesn't feel like that. But here we are. Yeah. Sean, do you want to introduce yourself to the podcast?
Oh yeah. So my name's Sean. I'm not dog. I'm pretty Pog. That was a pretty cool animation, by the way, Jared, if you're in chat. Yeah.
All
Happy to
right.
be here.
Happy to be here. That's good. Okay, I guess our opening question would be like, Sean, when you think of Christmas, what are you thinking of? Like, what is the first thing that comes to mind? If you need some time, I can also answer. But
Oh, the first thing that comes to mind is probably like making cookies. Really like making cookies, that tradition.
cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking when I did a little bit of research for this podcast. One of the Christmas traditions that I was looking at, it said that people like to do cookie swapping, in which like you and your neighbors make a bunch of cookies and then you drop off cookies at their house, they give you some back. I've never had that experience. I don't think I've ever like I've never had cookies just ready to go and someone just walks through my house or walks to my door, I mean, and just says, "Here's some cookies." And I'm like, "Oh no. I have to give you some cookies
Yeah.
back."
We did that once, and like our neighbors weren't that really cool about it. They were kind of like, no one does this anymore in America. Like they thought we put razor blades in their chocolate chip cookies.
Oh no. Yeah, I could see how that
Yeah.
could go bad really fast. Okay, when I think of Christmas, for me it's got to be Christmas lights. Like that is like the number one thing. It just kind of gets you in the spirit. Christmas lights on a tree, Christmas lights on a house. Sometimes you go to like those Christmas light shows. I think like the magic of Christmas for me is in Christmas lights.
Yeah, I toured in Fresno. There's like Candy Cane Lane, and that's just lit up and it looks awesome. They sell like kids out are outside with booths of like hot chocolate.
mhm.
It's a pretty fun time. Although it's a weird, like, I don't really like I like when you can get out of the car and like actually walk around and look at lights. When you're in the car, it's a little stressful because other people do like weird stuff, weird U-turns to look at like the most of lights or something like that without as much traffic or something. But yeah.
Yeah, there's like a few like drive-through Christmas stuff where I am as well, but I don't know. Honestly, like it's just I feel like with COVID and everything, it's been really hard to get into the Christmas mood. I still listen to Christmas music around this time of year, I think, but I more so associate Christmas music with it just getting colder. I don't know if it's necessarily like, man, this is entirely dedicated to this holiday, because people be whipping out like Christmas music like November 1st sometimes, and I've seen it in October. I've seen people whip out Christmas music before they start trick or treating, and I don't understand that either.
Yeah, it gets really annoying. If I hear Mariah Carey like the day after Halloween, I'm not having a fun time.
Is
I'm
that
gonna
like,
slap that phone out of your hand.
speaking of Christmas songs, is that like the Christmas song you think of when you think of Christmas songs? Like, is that the number one
Yeah,
song that kind of comes to mind?
probably just yeah, that comes to mind first of all. Which is weird because it's like not even I mean, it's a Christmas classic, but it's not like that old compared to like some other songs,
Hmm.
like White Christmas, uh Jingle Bells,
Yeah, like
Jingle
some
Bell
of the
Rock.
more
Yeah. Some
traditional
of the
ones.
more traditional ones, yeah.
Okay, let's just start going through Christmas songs, and I'll tell you if I think they are Pog or Dog. Now,
Mhm.
All I Want for Christmas, even though it is maybe a little bit overplayed, you gotta give it a Pog. It is a solid beat. If you
It
listen
is
to it like
pretty good.
4 times a year, that song would slap all 4 times. Oh my gosh, did I really make these emotes all over the screen? You know what? It'll work. We'll make it
It'll work,
work.
it'll work.
Try not to
If
abuse
you
it. I can turn it off if it gets too much.
No, it should be okay. If you go into any like
Hmm.
mall though, you'll hear it at least 10 times, I'm pretty sure. If you stay there for like I don't know, just normal mall time, which is about like 3 hours, you'll hear it like yeah, it's too much.
What about that new kind of like people kind of think it's replacing Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas" is the "Santa Tell Me" by Ariana Grande. Do you like modern Christmas songs or like
Yeah, I like hmm?
or like "Mistletoe" by Justin Bieber? Are those songs that you can get down to? Does it put you in the Christmas spirit?
Probably more Ariana. Justin Bieber, I think I like blocked that entire when he released like Mistletoe, I think I just blocked that out of my memory because that was near like early Justin Bieber, right?
Yeah, it was kind of more
Yeah, I
of the
probably just like blocked that out.
okay, okay. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
like modern music, it's interesting how it it like will bring up Christmas traditions, but most of the time it's just about love. And I think it's weird that like is Christmas really a time for love? Do we really
I
is
mean,
that really our argument?
it's like love thy neighbor, right? But like, yeah, I mean, isn't it just it's just about like giving?
Nah, I don't know. I feel
Eh.
like the meaning of Christmas is kind of lost. I think it means so much. Like people say like, well, at Christmas you tell the truth, at Christmas you
Mhm.
fall in love, at Christmas you give. It's like I feel like it's just like it's kind of more of like a utopian idealistic look at at Christmas instead of what I don't really know. I could not honestly put one reason as what Christmas means to me, but I feel like I've
Mhm.
been pushed in many directions by many people into what they think Christmas should be.
Yeah, with the like the just the different meanings. I don't know. Uh I guess I do think of love, but I think of more like less romantic love and more just like family love and then just platonic love for like friends and stuff.
Okay. Wait, Pog or
Yeah.
Dog? Do you actually have you Pog or Dog regarding have you ever seen Mistletoe at a party? You hear it in every song and you see it in the movies. I've never seen it once. Speaking of like
I
Christmas and love.
I have I it's not real mistletoe, but like I we have mistletoe at like my house right now,
And do
just hanging up in the
when
foyer.
people walk through it, do they feel the need to kiss or is it just kind of there?
I guess my parents do. I no. I mean I okay, what I have done is I've actually last week when I like met my girlfriend for that day, I did go to a florist shop and buy mistletoe. So that was fun. But that was
So
kind of
you've
like
gone out of your way to get mistletoe yourself.
yes. But I think it was not actually mistletoe, it was holly or something like that, but it still worked.
I honestly I could not be able to tell the difference. It looks like
It looks the
honestly
same.
mistletoe kind of looks like you know like those sprouts you get on a sandwich. I feel like it kind of looks like that to me. Maybe
It
I'm
looks like
just
alfalfa sprouts.
yeah, I
That's
feel like
funny.
that's what it looks like. It has like these just weird stringy branches, and I don't know. And holly's more of like that thick, like dark green leaf that's like super sharp. and has like the big red berries. Like I feel like holly
Yeah.
sticks out like really strongly, but
Holly sticks out like a little, actually a lot more than just mistletoe.
yeah, I don't know. Mistletoe, I've never vibed. I've never connected with it.
Hmm.
Okay, well, why don't we run through some more Christmas songs and we could just go Pog Dog, decide how we feel about them. How do you
Yeah.
feel
What?
about the 12 Days of Christmas song?
Uh, Sorry, I'm just texting the stream to my girlfriend for her to watch. I personally like 12 Days of Christmas. Um, I really like the one with the Muppets and who is it? John Denver.
I
I
don't
really
know.
like that
I
one.
thought it was just Muppets. I didn't know there was an actual like singer attached to it as well. Or are you talking about two different versions?
Is there two different versions? I think there's only. I'll search on Spotify right now. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Look on my
Personally, I
Spotify.
think 12 Days of Christmas complete dog. I don't want
Really?
it.
I think
It's
it's
so
Pog.
repetitive. By the end you're like what? Like 12 Lords of Leaping, 11 Swans of Golden Rings. I don't know, man. It's just too much. I think if it just ran through like maybe like 7, it would be a little bit better,
Hmm.
but 12, I get what they're going for cuz like the 12 is like a significant religious part of Christmas. But I can't do that song more than once a year. It's already too much. After one, I'm done. I can wait till next year to hear it. I think it's complete dog.
I don't know. I like it because you don't. I mean, it doesn't come on the radio that much. I don't feel like I haven't heard it on the radio. I just play it from my Spotify, and I don't know. Every time I hear it, I get in a good mood, and it slaps for me. I don't know. I think it's Pog.
I listen only now to a Spotify Disney or not Disney. Sorry, I'm reading chat. A Spotify Christmas playlist, and I it's definitely off it. And I need to control what I listen to because there are some songs I refuse to put on that list because I hate listening to the songs. We can go through them. I have a whole list of what I think is complete dog Christmas songs. But before I do that, let's spread some positivity. What is your favorite Christmas song?
My
What's
favorite.
quintessential Sean listening to music at its peak?
Um, Actually, I don't know what my favorite is. Probably "Baby It's Cold Outside." Actually.
Really? People don't like that.
Hmm.
That is one of the most controversial songs.
Well, it is. It is, but like I just think it's such a classic
Hmm.
that I don't know. It is problematic though.
I've been
But
wanting to find a version because I've only heard it once on the radio
mhm.
where because in my experience listening to Baby It's Cold Outside is the version they play the most. The girl will be singing, but the guy will cut her off mid sentence in like a way that meshes it. But I only once have I ever listened to a radio version in which both parts sung equally and it felt more like a romantic duet. But I feel like the way when you cut off the girl part mid sentence, line after line after
Yeah,
line, it sounds very bad. But I think if it's
that
more
does
like they're
sound.
singing together, it's better.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. The version that I like the most is I can't find it, but it's like where they're kind of like singing more like equally.
Did you know like John Legend and I can't maybe it was like Kelly Clarkson came out with a version that was like a more I guess not predatory version of that song. Do you have you heard that version?
No, I haven't heard it yet. Is it on her album?
No, this was like a few years back because people have been
Oh,
complaining about this
really?
song for a while, and they
Oh,
made like a version that was a little less like in your face about like
yeah. No,
and
I get that. Yeah.
yeah, some people really like it, but then some people are like, I don't like how they changed the lyrics of the song too much.
Mm. But I mean, it needs to evolve. The song needs to evolve for people to listen to it.
I will say the way they did it in Love Hard, that new Netflix movie, I
Hmm.
thought the way they did it in that actually sounded pretty good. But from what I remember, the John Legend version, like the lyrics cut off in a bad way, whereas in the movie they're a little bit more creative with how they replace the lyrics, and I think that's better.
Hmm.
Okay, now I'm gonna
I
list
completely
off
forgot. Yeah.
my dog songs. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, my number one Pog song for Christmas music is actually Silver Bells. I really like it. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's just the way it talks about like Christmas in the city. Everyone's preparing. In fact, I actually think when it comes to Christmas songs, I like the songs that prepare you for Christmas more than I like the songs that are in theory supposed to be played like Christmas
On
Eve or
Christmas.
Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
It's just kind of about more the theme of Christmas.
yeah, a few honorable mentions of songs I do like is I do like Grown Up Christmas List. I do like Linus and Lucy, Christmas Canon, and yeah, after that, oh, and okay, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. On the first, if it's the first song you listen to when the Christmas season starts, it's amazing. But the problem is, I hear that way too much after like the first day that
Yeah.
that I resent it. But man, on the first day, does that song slap? Like you're like, ooh, it's that time of
Ooh.
year. Let's go.
Well, it's like,
Um,
okay. So the mountains near where I'm at, they just started to like get snow on them.
mhm.
So, and I've never really like I've always had to drive to snow to experience what snow is like. So it's kind of I have been playing that song a lot. Which version
Let
though?
it snow.
Michael no, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Ah,
That and White Christmas, but
gotcha.
uh
Okay.
yeah, because it's just like it's snowing. I haven't really grown up with snow. Just kind of like, wow.
Well, I'll be
It's
honest,
beginning
Sean.
to look a lot like Christmas
I lived
actually.
in Colorado for 3 years. You learned to resent it over time.
Well, I'm not there yet. And also
I
I
think
don't live where there's a lot of
I think
snow.
when you have to
In that
drive and
zone.
walk in the snow, it's so much worse. If you can like
Mhm.
see snow, it's great, but if you have to live in snow, it gets worse. Did you cut
Yes.
wood to JP Gamers wants to know, did you cut wood to prepare for winter, Sean?
Yes.
Are you
I
like, do you wear plaid and some jeans and you go lumberjack style with the axe and the beard? Is that how you do it?
Oh, with my new beard. Actually, well, last time I did chop wood, I did have a flannel on, yes. But my family has a log cutter, so we
What
just
is a
use
log
that.
cutter? Can you explain?
Oh, yeah. Well, um, I don't use it that much, but it's just like you chop up the tree into sections, into like, kind of like yeah, into segments, and
Mm-hmm.
then to chop it, you just put it in the machine, and then it chops it for you, like, it splits it into half or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like an assembly line for like wood cutting?
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
'cause
All
it does
right.
get boring just chopping wood
All right.
and
Without
tiring.
further ado, here's my list of songs that I absolutely can't stand. All
Mhm.
dog songs.
All
Jingle
dog?
Bells, complete dog. So tired of
I
hearing
don't
it.
know about that.
It's
I
just
don't know about
too
that.
because it's accessible to like repeat for other people. I don't like how it's just the go-to song. It's like I don't know. What would be like a go-to song for not Christmas occasions? Like something people it's like listening to a Queen song. It's just horrible. Like when people start slamming the table and clapping and saying "We will rock you," I'm over it. Get me out of there. I don't want to experience that. It brings me back to times of cringe and little children uh, pissing me off in school. I don't know. I can't
I
do
don't
like or "We Are the Champions." Like, oh my god, I can't stand like Queen music. No, That's a different. That's a topic for another day.
that's a different debate, dude.
Queen is total dog,
I think it's total
and
pog, but yeah, go ahead.
Jingle Bells. is kind of reminiscent of that. I think Jingle Bells is dog. I think Jingle Bell Rock is dog. I
Well,
think.
okay, let me just talk about Jingle Bells really fast before you get on Jingle Bell
Okay.
Rock.
All
It's
right.
like,
All right.
I don't know. I think Jingle Bells is pretty pog because it's just like it's the go-to song for like I don't know, choirs. Like you don't really have to be able to sing well. You can just sing when you're a little kid, and you just sing Jingle Bells.
It's like
I don't
jamming
know.
out to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but you do it every year, multiple times a year, and I'm just
I
sick of it.
won't. I
Or have
won't
we all just started
jam out
jamming out
to
to
it.
like Itsy Bitsy Spider Man? I'm over it.
I won't jam out to it, but like it's not Christmas if you don't hear Jingle Bells. I don't know. To me, at least,
Ugh,
it's a good song.
debatable, debatable. All right, let's move on to Jingle Bell Rock. I can't stand that song. I don't know what it is. None of the versions. It's just a horrible song. And it says Jingle Bell too, and it says it like 3 times, and then it says it
I
another 3 times.
I don't
In
know
just
where
the
your
chorus
hatred's
alone.
at. I don't know why you're such a Grinch. I like Jingle Bell Rock. I'm gonna listen to it right
I
now.
didn't put that on the list. I hate Mr. Grinch too. That is also dog. I know some
I
people
don't
say
know.
that's their favorite song. I'm like, why would you want to listen to a song in which all the Grinch does is roast? Or all the song does is roast Mr. Grinch. It's
It's
funny,
a
but
it's
it's
like a
not a good song. I'm not trying to
it's a
listen
good
to it.
song. It's a good song for the movie. I I mean, I guess if you have like a Grinch in your family or something, it's good to like laugh at it, or if you're like you're thinking of someone that's like not in the holiday spirit. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's a good song to hear like sometimes. I don't know.
All right. And this is kind of like roped into the same thing as I feel about Jingle Bells. Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. If I had the opportunity to never listen to those 2 songs again, I would choose that. I'd do it for free. I can't stand listening to those 2 songs. Thumpity Thump Thump and wait, oh my gosh. I haven't listened to it so long because I only listen to Spotify now. But whenever I do hear Rudolph, you know what? Rudolph isn't as bad as Frosty, but
Yeah.
Frosty triggers me. It triggers me in a way that I can't really describe.
I don't know. Like it's okay, yeah, it's a good song for the movie. It explains the movie.
Well, didn't they base the movie off the song?
Did they?
I
Wait,
I think it's the other way around. Where they
is it
made
the other
them.
way around?
I
I
think
don't
the
know.
songs existed and then they decided to make a movie based off the song. It's kind of like
Either
Bohemian Rhapsody, so it's the same thing as Queen.
Oh my gosh. You and Queen again. I don't know. I like Queen. Um Frosty the Snowman, it's a cute story. I don't know why you're like this. I have nothing but good memories with Frosty. Uh you actually went to Build-A-Bear when I was younger and you got me a Frosty.
I have no
You
recollection of this.
you got me a Frosty the Snowman from Build-A-Bear
Nope.
and it was cute.
Cap.
Yeah, I
Nope.
have it in my closet somewhere. I won't look for it right now
Nope.
cuz
Chatty's lying.
you you don't wanna portray to your chat that you actually have feelings or something like that. I don't know.
I gave you
But
a snowman. It wasn't Frosty. Let's go.
I don't know, it had the same hat. I don't
Oh
know.
no! I mean, it could have been his cousin, man.
Okay. Yeah, my other cousin in like Ireland or something. Yeah, they sent me that.
No, I'm saying Frosty's cousin. A different.
Oh,
How do you know it
Frosty's
was
cousin sent
Frosty?
me.
Yeah, it could have been someone else.
I don't know. He put on the brim hat and went came to life, man. But yeah, it's a
Okay.
cute story. Yeah, I understand like it gets overplayed sometimes, but I got to hear it at least once. I feel like all of these songs besides the new modern ones, I have to hear them once or else it's not really Christmas. And I've already said that, but I definitely like Rudolph a lot more.
You know what? I might retract my dog. It's not total dog. It's just not a song I can listen to more than like 3 times a Christmas season. Frosty, no. Please get me away. Okay.
Yeah.
Another
Okay.
song. And this one I will not retract my statement. Complete Dog. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Hate that song.
What?
No, dude. It's so campy. It's so campy. Like, I don't want to hear him say that over and over and over again. And it's just,
Why do you like this?
I just want songs with, like, meaning and not repetitive nature.
I mean, okay, yeah, it's repetitive. But I guess if it's on Spotify, right?
Mhm.
And who has versions of this song?
Santa Claus is Coming to Town?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't listen to it on my own.
Santa Claus is okay, if you listen to the one by Bruce Springsteen, that's good.
Isn't that the original or like the one that's the most played?
That's the one that's the most played. The original, I think, is Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra has a. I'd have to listen. Well, I wonder.
It was probably written by someone with connections to the mob, but
dog take, bro. Look, Lisa, you cannot defend Santa Claus is Coming to Town. A song should be decent if you can listen to it on repeat at least 3 times in a row. You cannot listen to that song on repeat 3 times in a row. You will want to throw yourself into a garbage disposal and turn it on. Head first.
I don't know why you're like. I love the song, especially with like the.
Same thing with Jingle Bells, man. Same thing with Jingle Bells.
Oh wait, actually, I think the first one to sing it was Crosby. That was probably, but yeah, it's a really good Christmas song. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Now the last one I saved is Santa Baby, which it's a half Pog, half dog. The original Santa Baby is Pog. Eartha Kitt does a good job. It's not bad. It's kind of like, oh, haha, like we're capitalists. Buy me gifts. Haha, this is hilarious. But oh my God, is the Madonna version getting worse? And then the Taylor Swift version gets worse. And then you have Michael Bublé singing Santa Buddy. And that's when I completely draw the line. Once Michael Bublé took that song went from, okay, it's kind of good to, oh my God, dog, get out of here, dog. Dog, dog, dog.
I've been disagreeing with you a lot. I will agree with this one. It's gotten... I don't like how sexual it gets. It especially when like Taylor Swift does it. Like, okay, Taylor Swift, that's another thing, but she can do her own stuff. It's all right. It's fine. It's just whenever I hear her, it's still like the core of it is she's singing Fearless when she's like what, 16, 15, something like that. And if I hear her like sing Santa Baby like that, I'm just like, Taylor, what are you doing? This is so weird. I'm so sorry. You should do whatever you want to do, but like, you know?
It's just one of those songs that should never have been covered. There's just songs that should not be covered because people just do them bad. And Michael Bublé actually just broke me when I heard that for the first time. This is actually...
So he changed it to Santa Buddy?
Even if he said Santa Baby, like, what is he doing? What? Michael Bublé, can you give the women one song? Come on, man. Give the women one song. Why are you taking it back? Come on.
It's just like, it's his... Christmas is like his season, his holiday. Like, he has his, like, other stuff, but... I don't know. I barely even hear about Michael Bublé until like Christmas time.
I mean, I'm mostly okay with him, but his Christmas album leaves much to be desired for me.
Okay, I wouldn't say much to be desired. I feel like his Christmas album's pretty good. It's just there's some stuff where I'd rather listen to like Blue Christmas, I'd rather listen to Elvis. Uh
Is
Silent
there another?
Night,
Is there another version of Blue Christmas that's not Elvis?
no.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'd rather listen to Elvis whenever I hear Blue Christmas. I don't know. Silent Night, I think the version I go to is Celine Dion, right?
I listen to the Carpenters. Honestly, like most of my Christmas music is like
Oh,
50% the Carpenters. I think their Christmas album still hits.
never mind. Silent Night is also Mariah Carey. And
Oh,
Carrie Underwood. I'll listen to that one occasionally.
all right.
But
What is your least favorite Christmas song? Start listing them off. I wanna hear. Now that I've listed a bunch that I can't stand, what are things that you can't stand? What are your dog Christmas songs?
hold on, I have to look at a Christmas playlist. Okay. All
Okay, I
right.
mean, there's just
So
obvious ones like Hippopotamus for Christmas, right? Like, there's no way you
that
like
one's
them.
cute. That
Oh
one's
my
cute.
god!
That
What?
one's
You
cute.
just
I'll
like the
listen to that.
worst songs. What are
I'll
you
listen to
talking
that.
about?
I don't know. My mom and I like it. I don't know. I'll listen to that every once in a while.
Oh no, that song's
Um,
horrible.
it's the most wonderful time of the year. It gets super repetitive. I can listen to it like 3 times, or actually 5 times per season. But yeah, that's it.
I'll agree with that. That's true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it all the way in dog. It just is like not. There are worse and better songs, if that.
Uh, everyone's waiting for the man with the bag. It it's like it tried too hard. I'll hear it on the radio and then I'll just cringe at it because it tried so hard to be a Christmas classic, I feel like, and it never did.
I don't even know what
Um,
song you're talking about. I filter my Christmas songs so heavily that I don't let
yeah.
any of the garbage get in.
uh, what else?
What do you think
I'm
of Little
looking.
Saint Nick by the Beach Boys?
I love it. Little
Oh,
Saint Nick by the Beach Boys. Yeah.
oh, love it, dude.
I don't know about love it. Uh,
Love? Ugh, gross. I don't know about this, Sean.
Okay. Maybe I don't love it, but it's a nice refresher because it's like the Beach Boys is so different to. I feel like it stands out um amongst the Andy Williams, Carpenters, Crosby. Yeah, it stands out, and no one else like sings like the Beach Boys when it comes to like Christmas music, even though they don't do that much. But it gives you the nice like beach feel, even though like they're the Beach Boys, but they kind of created that feel, I feel like. So it's a nice refreshing thing to hear during Christmas time.
All right. Any other dog options, or do you want to move on to a new topic?
Looking right now, Holly Jolly Christmas. Oh no. Well, okay, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
Oh,
Uh
wait, isn't that
oh,
just Jingle Bell Rock? Oh no. Oh my god. Yeah, those songs are both trash. They sound so similar to each other. Yes,
they
bad
do.
song.
Pentatonic's Christmas, says Lisa. Yeah, that's good. I like I think all of Pentatonics I like. At least their Christmas. There's probably like one or two that I don't like.
Yeah, when you
But
got five good singers all harmonizing, any song sounds decent. I will say
yeah.
that.
Well, okay. There's a new guy in there in Pentatonics now, which I mean, he's been in there for a few years, I guess, but he's not the original guy. Because the original guy left because he was like, I want to actually be a father to my kids and not just travel the world and playing concerts. So yeah. The new guy is decent.
All right.
He's just I think it was bass, yeah, it's just bass, but yeah.
All right. Let's transition over to Christmas traditions, and I guess to preface the thing I'm about to say, for those of you who don't know, Sean and I are cousins, so it kind of explains a lot of what I'm about to talk about.
Oh,
The
yeah.
way I celebrate Christmas is with a huge family on my mom's side, but Sean is on my dad's side. No way.
No
And just in
way.
case people don't know, on my mom's side, we have a huge Christmas thing, and it's like we have like this huge, like basically like tons of party trays of food for like 30 to 40 people. And it's a very different Christmas experience than when I go over to Sean's house and it's like 5 people.
It's more chill. Yeah.
And I will say, even though I do like having a big family and big events, one thing that I think of your guys' Christmas tradition that I'm so jealous of is like for Sean's family, they open pajamas on Christmas Eve. And then that's the only gift they'll open on Christmas Eve, but then they'll wear it all day for Christmas. And I think that's a super solid tradition. I always thought that was super cool.
We
They
do
can just
that? Oh yeah, we do that.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we didn't do it last year. But we
It's
do, we
like
do
the-
that. Yeah.
It's like the best lazy tradition that anyone could ever come up with, but it's like it's beautiful in a way.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely jealous.
I think we just well, we also like just open a random present that we pick that's addressed to ourselves during Christmas Eve.
Mhm.
We usually do that like right after mass, so it's technically Christmas, but
Yeah, like one before you go to bed.
yeah.
For context,
But I guess we'll also do pajamas.
this kind of connects into another Christmas tradition. For context, we do this thing called the Midnight Mass, where we go to church at 11 o'clock. It ends at midnight, right when Christmas Eve turns to Christmas Day. And there's this thing that Sean's dad would stay home and watch the house. And growing up, we had a bunch of cats. And I'm not usually gullible for stuff. Usually, like, when people tell me stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, like, got it. Like, but I don't know why. This one, I was so gullible for. Because his dad would always be like, yeah, like, on Christmas at midnight, the cats say something to me. And,
Well,
and I don't know why, I just totally believed it. Like, it was just fact to me. And then he would always, like, say, like, well, they don't really say much. They just say, like, oh, like, something about food, or like, wouldn't hurt to have milk around here. Like, it would always be like something sarcastic, silly, or like cute. And I always thought that was super funny. And I was like, man, like one of these days I should miss going to church and I told this to my dad. And I was like, yeah, like I kind of don't want to go to church because I kind of want to hear the cats talk. And he's like, Justin, what? And this is like, I want to say when I'm like 14, 15. So this is like way beyond the time I should still be believing this.
Yeah.
And it's because I never had been home at midnight on a Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. And so my dad was like, Justin, you serious? Like, the cats don't talk. It's all made up. I'm like, oh my God. How did I fall for this? Because no one else said this tradition. Like, I've never heard anyone else talk about this whenever I talk about like, well, like, oh, like, do your cats talk at Christmas? Like, no one ever said it at school. So I thought it was completely individual to, like, the magic of our... I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know how I believed it for that long.
I don't remember my dad pushing it, honestly. I remember your dad pushing it more.
No, because your dad would be the one that stayed, and then your dad... Or my dad would be like... Or your mom, my dad, would be like, oh... What did the cats say? And then Uncle Bobby would be like, yeah, blah, 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 this happened. I'm like, oh my God, I need to see
now
this.
I remember that. Yeah. I kind of remember that now.
This. I was like, how is this a thing? I need to experience cats talking to me in person. And I definitely didn't believe it. Long.
I definitely didn't believe it as long as you did.
No,
I probably did believe it like up until 10, and then I
believed it way too long.
You had the magic. You had the magic, the Christmas magic.
I stopped believing in Santa at like maybe 9, and then But somehow I believe cats talked at the struck of midnight because it was such a good line. Like they said, like some years they said, oh, like they didn't say anything this year. They were asleep.
Mhm.
And then sometimes they would say something, but it'd be really short. Like the lie was so embedded, and it was like I'd hang on to it so like tightly. I was like, there's like I need to know what they said this year. I don't know why
It was a
so
fun
gullible.
tradition, yeah.
I don't know.
I definitely want to continue that tradition in our family, and
Yeah.
like keep having. Well, obviously, I keep wanting to have cats, but it was just a fun thing, and I think like my dad, your dad, my mom, they had so much fun making us believe it
Yeah, I think it's just a
and just
fun
telling this
Christmas
lie.
tradition that our family made up. And did I just agree with it the entire time? I just totally fell for it all the time.
Yeah, because think like probably the time around like parents had started to have like kids believe in Santa. They were probably so hyped about that. They're
Mm-hmm.
like giving their kids this like Christmas spirit and Christmas magic. So it was kind of like our parents kind of had a little bit of that
Mm-hmm.
and found their own joy to make.
Okay.
Did they actually make it up? I don't know, because
Yeah,
like
I think they made it up. I think I've never heard anyone else talk about this tradition, which is
well, I
also
don't know
why
if
I believed it longer because I was like, oh, this is special to my family because we're the only ones who stay up till midnight on Christmas Eve. Everyone else goes to bed, and that is
Mhm.
also the thing because people would always be like, oh, I go to bed early so Santa can come and I can wake up and get presents.
But we were like, no, we want to hear our cats talk.
And I was just like, oh, that makes total sense why no one hears their cats talk because they're all asleep.
They're all asleep.
I don't know what I was thinking, man.
Yeah, they're all asleep waiting for Santa who's not real. But I'm staying up to hear my cats talk because that's 100% real.
Yeah, you just see like your parents walking down the hall with like these, Santa gifts, and you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry guys, I'm just waiting on the cat here.
I remember one time when I still believed in Santa. I think I was like 8 or something. I walked up to my parents' room and then kind of like I saw all the presents
Mm-hmm.
and I started like laughing hysterical because I was like, haha, Santa delivered them early.
Oh
He did, and
no.
he also didn't wrap them, and he
Aw.
put them to your room instead of under the tree. Like, haha, it's hilarious. And I kind of just like, I don't know. I don't know why at that point I didn't like stop believing in Santa because like clearly
You
Santa
wanted to
didn't do
believe,
that.
and that's okay.
I wanted to believe. I wanted to hold on to that magic.
Do you
But
know
yeah.
that how was your Santa like ruined? Because I know I've heard your sister's story of your mom just like driving in the car and be like, yeah, so Santa isn't real, right? And then
Yeah.
your sister's like, what?
What?
And then your mom was like, oh no. What did
Yeah,
I do this for?
that was traumatic for her. She like remembers that like Santa's real. You can't convince me otherwise. I'm sorry, Lisa. Yikes. But I don't think I really have a story, honestly. I
I
remember.
do have a story if you need time to think, because I have one readily available.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so your dad ruined Santa for me, and he did it completely indirectly. Do you remember in the garage where we lived, there was a ping pong table in the garage?
Yeah.
I would go in there and just jam out to the ping pong table and just be playing against, like, how like you could fold up the ping pong table so one side you're playing against the wall.
Mhm.
I would do that all the time. So I went in there, I racked it up, and I was just playing ping pong. I hit a ball up to the top of the garage, and I look up and I just see like Rock Band, like a giant Rock Band box. And I'm like, "Oh man, that's cool." And it was like maybe still November. And I was like, "Oh, that's really cool. Like we should go play that right now." And then I thought about it, I'm like, "Oh, maybe that's a gift. Oh, I shouldn't ruin the surprise for like if it's for you or, if it's like a gift for. And then I wake up Christmas morning, walk down to the living room, and then everyone's screaming, "Santa brought us Rock Band," and I'm like, okay, I see what's
That's
going
funny.
on here.
All
So
right.
I just did it like that's kind of how I figured out on myself. It was more like an accident. I think he genuinely tried to hide it. It just happened to be that I hit the ping pong ball randomly right into the attic of the garage, and I found it, and then it got introduced as Santa's gift because I just didn't say anything. And I mean, hey, look, I'm happy. Rock Band was sick.
That was sick. But you were
Yeah.
probably like, what were you in the family? You were the drums, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we jam out to everything. I know you love the mic, like you love to be
I
the
love the
singer.
mic
You
because
still love
I
to sing
hated the
to this day.
guitar. Yeah, I love to sing to this day. Fun. That's probably why. You know what? That's probably why I like more like sing Christmas songs like Jingle Bells, Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I like it more than you because I like to sing with my family and like at Christmas parades more than you probably.
Oh, I hate Christmas parades. That's also
Yeah,
dog.
no, I love them. They're like it's not the season if I don't go to one. I went to one over by the lake near me, and I mean their Christmas tree was pretty disappointing. It was definitely not like Santana Row, definitely not like Rockefeller,
Mhm.
anything like that. It was a little probably 16-foot Christmas tree.
Oh, it's not that bad.
And
But
it's
you
not
have
that bad.
like a 15-foot one inside your house.
It's like 12, but yeah,
It's
something like
it's obnoxious.
that.
It's a tall tree.
I will say it fit better in our old house because you remember our
Yeah, I mean,
old
if you
house.
had like a spiral-ish staircase that was more like a
Mhm.
square spiral, but like it
Square
went up from the
spiral.
first floor to the second floor. To give
Yeah, like
context, it's a pretty tall tree because it would poke out at the top of the second floor.
yeah.
So
But I don't know. It's still I feel like it still fits in my house. I mean, I don't know. Have you seen it up?
yeah, I when I visited, it was up. I just think it's a little. I don't know. It's a
A
little
little
too
much.
tall, but I like how they like spent all that money on the tree and they're just like, no, we're sticking with this ride or die.
Yeah, because I think the whole thing was like 400, 500. I don't know.
I guarantee
we've
you
been using
though,
it.
even if your house like couldn't fit it, if you didn't have like that higher thing in the living room where it goes up a little bit with the high ceiling, I
Mhm.
feel like your dad would just total Christmas vacation it and just cram it into a corner.
Yeah.
He's like, no, this is my tree. And just jam it.
I mean,
It would
it's a
just be like
tradition.
against the ceiling, like bent over, like curved out.
Oh yeah, yeah. It might have been something like that because like we can't part without that tree, or we would probably have it like outside or
I don't
something, right
even know,
outside the
like, how do
patio.
you guys store that? Like, how much space does that take?
It's in segments. We have a pretty good like storage closet in the garage for it.
Oh, there's a cat. Oh my
There's
gosh.
oh yeah, there's two actually. There's Snoop and there's Tags.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Are they about to cat fight on stream?
maybe on stream. Pog. Well, I don't know if
Because
she's up on her.
these cats don't get along, right? So what's gonna
The,
happen?
these cats don't get along. Usually when the windows open and like I built my cat Taggy a cat tree, so she should be fine. Cause she's just kind of vibing out and looking out the window because I have that open. And he's just, I mean, he's just chilling. I think, hopefully, maybe on my bed. I don't know, something like that.
Well, I
Hopefully,
guess we'll have like a little cat counter to see what happens.
yeah, I might
All
have to
right.
leave.
What do you think of Elf on the Shelf? Because right, like you were still a kid when Elf on the Shelf was a thing, like just started, and I was kind of
Mhm.
already past it. Um,
I liked it for the first year. I thought it was fun, but because usually how Elf on the Shelf is supposed to work is like if you find the elf on the shelf, you get a reward for that day, or you get like an extra piece of like chocolate.
mhm.
But for the first year, I think my parents did that, and then for the second year, they just didn't hide it at all. They just kept it in one corner of
They
the
just
house.
kept it on one shelf.
Yeah, which I didn't mind because when we started doing it, I feel like I was 12 already, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was kind of like, well, I have my advent calendar, so I don't really have to do this. Yeah. I don't have to do this. Why would I do this?
Yeah. I
I
know,
don't
like,
know.
some people, like, there's, like, a lot of new rules for Elf on the Shelf, and I heard it's just, like, become, like, very obnoxious. Because kids love it, but, like, parents hate it, because, like, I guess if you move the elf too early, like, Santa won't come now, and, like, Christmas is ruined. Like, there's just, like, all these, like, technical
Really?
rules. Yeah, I was kind of going through, like, a little Facebook, like, thread where parents were talking about how much they hate Elf on a Shelf. They're like, this is the worst thing ever invented. And then I saw, like,
Huh.
one of the people I went to college with is a teacher and was complaining about how, like, her second grade class is, like, extremely obnoxious with the elf. And she's just like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I was like, oh my gosh, I never realized it was that deep.
Yeah.
I never knew
I,
it got that elevated. I thought it was just like, oh, like, find the elf, win prize. That's it. Like,
I
it's like a
know
Where's Waldo.
my aunt does it, so I'll ask her if she like hates doing it now. But I mean, also her kids are a little old, so I don't know if they still like doing it. I think the daughter does, but the son is a little over it.
Yeah.
uh
All right, let's get
yeah,
back to
I've
some.
never heard that. Yeah, that like parents are like don't want to do it anymore because it's like
I could imagine
getting
why if it's like that crazy. All
yeah.
right.
I guess if your kids believe in it like a lot, like a little diehard about it.
So out of all the let's just go through some of these topics and experience if we're or say if it's Pog or Dog.
Hmm.
Let's go gingerbread houses. Do you like making gingerbread houses? Pog, Dog.
I feel like it's wasted food. No one wants to eat a gingerbread house like that's
I think it's total Dog. I hate it. It
it's
always
pretty dog.
collapses. It falls apart. Too much work for how much it just collapses and it just wastes time. No, Lisa, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Okay.
Come to my
I will
house
say
right now and make me a gingerbread house that stays up for at least more than like 2 seconds. And you can
Okay.
argue it's Pog.
Okay, I can do that. I can make one that stands up.
Will it taste delicious? You
yes,
can't
it
do
will taste
both.
delicious.
You can't do both.
Okay,
I'm not a believer.
There's one in Disney World, one of the Disney World resorts. I think it's the Californian or Grand Floridian or something like that.
Mhm.
But they have like a life-size gingerbread house. That's basically the size of a small shack, like a
Mhm.
tiny house, and it's all made out of gingerbread. I mean, I think they have, of course, like a structure to it, but it's pretty much all gingerbread. I think it's like 90% gingerbread,
Mhm.
and people will just come by and like buy one of like the shingles to the roof and they'll just eat that. And I mean, it tastes good because uh I think they have two different sets of dough. One is for like the customers to actually eat, and then one is the actual like house. I don't know. I like gingerbread. We gingerbread houses. We
I
have
I
gingerbread
love the
house
cookies,
molds.
but I hate the house. The concept of the house is obnoxious. I think it's complete
Yeah.
dog.
Well, all the gingerbread houses I see that like kids make, they go way over the top with it, which is like funny and cute in its own way because like the kids made it and they're like so proud of what they made, but like secretly you think it's like horse or something like that. Uh,
All
yeah.
right, Nutcracker, the Nutcracker Ballet, Pog or Dog?
Oh, the ballet. Uh, if we're talking about Tom and Jerry, Pog, but the ballet, I don't know.
I think the ballet is Dog.
Yeah,
The story makes no sense. It's like some evil rat that's like dancing to like I don't know. There's like some Crample Mouse thing. I have no idea what's going on.
I'll
It
see
makes
it
no sense.
every few years. Every year is a little actually every year is a little repetitive for me, but seeing it every like few years, I like the Nutcracker. Uh as a kid it used to annoy me that they didn't talk during it because I was used to like all the
Yeah, like
adaptations where they did
going
talk
to a
and stuff.
play, and yeah, they do talk.
So I was like, "Mom, why don't they just talk about, like, what's happening? I don't know what's happening. I don't know what part they're on." And she's like, "That's the point, you." Yeah.
Look, man, I just sleep
You
during
dummy.
those, and then also it makes it worse that we did a field trip with my school when we are maybe like entering middle school, like or in the middle of middle school, and we went to the Nutcracker, and you're just looking at like, and granted, there's some muscular, like good-looking ballet dudes, but they wear these tight pants, and you just see like their full bulge, and like
Yeah.
we're just like sitting there, like the
Well,
whole
why are you
time,
looking there?
because well, you can't not look. It's just so obvious.
It's a train
And
wreck, yeah.
we're also like fifth graders, sixth graders, seventh graders. I can't remember exactly which year. But like, you know, we're watching it with the regular public, and all we can do is we're all so bored that everyone just keeps pointing and giggling and snickering and laughing, and it was hilarious. But then we get in trouble for doing this, of course, as you know, most teachers would get mad. And that just kind of ruined it. That was like the one good thing going is you could just like giggle and like snicker. And you know, I haven't been in the Nutcracker since. Complete dog.
Now that I'm older, I do like seeing it just yeah, every like other year. But I
Nah.
do like seeing it. I do think it's a nice tradition that's like and it's a nice like kind of beautiful story in a way.
What is the story? Can you explain the story? What is the story of the Nutcracker? It is a
So I
Crample
think
mouse. What is it? He's evil, right? It's a
I
mouse.
okay, so the
He's eating
traditional story,
cheese.
right?
What's going on?
The traditional story, right, is like this little girl on her Christmas list, she wants like a ballerina, right? I think. But her grandfather like makes a woodworker and makes her a nutcracker, and she's grateful for this gift. She loves this gift. She actually like doesn't I think she falls in love with it or something like that.
Oh God.
And then so she's dancing with it, and then it transitions into the like Nutcracker's world or something.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and his Nutcracker theme is that he's a toy soldier. So he's fighting, and instead of another Nutcracker, it's a mouse because
Yeah.
nuts and cheese
What?
go together on a charcuterie board.
What's the
Maybe I don't
what?
know.
Yeah. Even you don't get it. Horse mouse.
I don't. I
Therefore.
don't. I don't get why it's a mouse, but it's a mouse and he's fighting it. So I'm just like, all right. Okay, as a kid, I thought it was just because it's Jerry, so that's
Hmm.
why I thought it was a mouse, but now that I realize, I don't get why it's a mouse, but it's just a mouse. I think it's because since the Nutcracker's so small, it's about the same size as a mouse or a rat,
Hmm.
and, like, if the Nutcracker was on the ground, it would be, like, chilling out
It would be its natural
at the
enemy.
same height, yeah. Or,
Oh,
like, that
okay.
would be, like, the only living thing it would see because a cat's too big, dog's too big,
Hmm.
there's a lot of mice, so maybe? Um,
Also, you're trying to tell me that a little wooden toy thing that cracks nuts is this girl's like most prized possession,
well, it
and
was made by her grandfather, and she's, like, very because I think he's, like
that Crample Mouse is trying to like get him. I don't know what's happening, man.
he's a toy maker, and he, like I think he's also sick and dying in the original one or something like that, so it might be the last Christmas gift that she gets from him, so she's really grateful for that. Because
I
also,
see.
like, I think, yeah, it's like he's mostly retired from making toys, but, like, he'll go out of retirement to make her this last toy or something like that.
Oh
I don't know.
man.
It's a cute
Oh
story.
man. All right, let's move on to the next one. What do you think of eggnog?
Eggnog. I do not like eggnog. I hate it. I think
Oh,
it's complete
eggnog
dog.
is amazing. It's a total
I-
pog.
If it's spiked eggnog, I'll like it. But
I
just regular
I
eggnog,
liked
no.
eggnog before it was spiked, and then I went to a Christmas party where they had eggnog with brandy, and it got me trashed, and it was amazing. It was
I
like you
don't
can
know.
drink that so fast, and you have no idea
Mhm.
how much you're drinking. Do you like eggnog? It's gross. Lisa, no, it's pog. Stop it. It is not
Eggnog
dog.
by itself is pretty gross. I hate it.
You guys are crazy.
I'll drink it if there's like more of a because okay, eggnog, right? It's basically I don't know. I feel like I'm drinking basically foam or
Mhm.
like half whipped cream or something like that. I don't know.
I think it's
It
just very cinnamony. Like if you don't like cinnamon and nutmeg, I guess you won't like eggnog, but you can't be telling me you like PSL and you don't like eggnog. It's pretty much the same seasonings. So if
it
you
tastes
like
like
pumpkin
burrito meat.
spice
What?
latte, I don't know. I can't.
What's
PSL is
PSL?
pumpkin spice latte, man.
When I met Lisa in person, I thought she was so basic, but like she doesn't know what PSL is, so I guess that's good on her, but tastes like expired milk. Wait, yeah.
She's okay. Let's change topics. Let's change topics. What do you think of Christmas cards? Pog dog.
Uh, they're a nice gesture, but I feel like Christmas cards. I don't know. Do you mean like family Christmas cards?
Yeah.
Are you talking about like that? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's nice to see everybody like on your fridge or something like that, or somewhere in your house. You get to see what everybody's doing, what everybody does for the holidays. Some people take all the fun out of it, I feel like. Uh, and they'll like go all out on their Christmas cards, or like they'll paint a picture of their family that they want the world to see that's just not their family.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Or like especially if you know them well and then you read their Christmas card and then you're just like, that's not it. That's not you. Like I would get some Christmas cards and I would read it and I would be like, that's not what you did this year. That's not how you feel or something. I don't know. I would see right
You
through
think
their
it's
lies.
fake?
They will tell me lies, sweet little lies, and I would see right through their lies.
All right. And now we have about 30 minutes left on the podcast. So, why don't we transition to a big category in Christmas movies?
Christmas movies.
Okay, I think we both can agree and pog out to a few of these.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to list a few that are just obvious pogs. Love Actually, amazing.
I don't know. I've seen Love Actually. Yeah, I've seen Love Actually. I just don't remember it that well.
Oh, Sean, you're scared. Sean, stop.
I
No,
don't
don't
remember it
die.
that
Don't
well.
die on this hill. Don't die on this
But
hill.
I'm reading the Wikipedia for the movie right now. I don't remember a lot of these plot points.
Oh my gosh. No. Okay, all you need to know, chat. Yeah, no. It's
I
it's a
mean,
great movie.
I remember Liam Neeson's in it, and I remember that I like it.
Okay. All right.
But
All right.
I have not.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Next
need to
one.
rewatch it.
Elf. Is Elf Pog Dog?
It's overplayed.
What?
I don't know.
Dude, you are such a hater.
Okay, you okay. Well, we can just you
Elf is
hated a lot of
total
Christmas songs,
Pog.
so. Okay, Elf is good. Is good. It's good. It's a good
Will Ferrell, Zoe Deschanel.
No, yeah, that's true. I like Elf. It's a good movie. I liked it when it came out. However, when you were Justin, when you were like in when Elf came out, I feel like you kind of missed this actually, even though we're only like 2 grades apart. But every like rainy day or every day that the teacher just didn't want to do anything, I guess, for a lesson plan, we would just watch Elf. Because like no kids were gonna really sit still for a classic Christmas movie. But
Okay.
they would sit still for Elf because Elf was just so funny. But I would see it so many times, and it got like so repetitive. It's a good movie though.
Sean,
Don't get me wrong. It's just
Sean.
it. I'd rather see classic movies like I don't know.
Well,
It's a Wonderful Life, Polar Express, Christmas Vacation.
okay, wait, don't, stop. No.
Yeah,
Polar
yeah. I
Express
know.
is not a classic. Stop. Just get out of here with that.
I think
All
it's
right.
a classic.
No. It came out as like the same time as Elf. You can't say that you don't like how modern Elf is and then be like, I like classics instead of Elf.
Yeah.
Like Polar Express. They came out at like the same time.
Yes, but I feel like Polar Express had like more of a meaning to it.
What? The meaning of Elf is amazing.
Yes, it is. But I don't know. I feel like how Polar Express got to to their message was like a little bit more poetic or something like that. I sound so pretentious, but yeah.
All right. Let's just say an auto pog for both of us would be Christmas Vacation. This is one that our family has made it a tradition to watch. I've watched it way too many times, but I'm still not tired of it. It's still pretty solid.
It still holds up, and like
that is a movie your teacher could not show you in the class, though.
They could not show you. Do they swear? They swear in that.
They do everything in that movie. There's like nudity. There's everything. There's a lot.
I don't know
stuff.
about nudity.
I think there is. There's nudity when he's dreaming about the pool. Right?
No, there's not.
Am I crazy?
No, it's just a hot scene. I feel like, but it's not like there's no nudity.
Interesting.
But like I did leave the room as a kid when that scene came on because like that scene, there's like no real. It doesn't move the story along, so there's like no real point to put it. I feel like
that's like the 80s. It was just gratuitous sex scenes like all the time.
Yeah. All
right, It's a Wonderful Life. A little overrated, but it's still all right. It's still good. It's a classic.
I think it's like a real Christmas movie because I feel like it's cheesy, but okay. Maybe I'm getting the plot completely wrong. Let me look it up. It's a Wonderful Life.
He like wants to like basically kill himself.
Oh, okay. So I am getting.
And then it takes him through his life, and then he realizes life is worth living, and he like becomes the spirit of Christmas. Because I think it's representing depression times of like being Christmas in the Depression. And he's like struggling with money, and it's just kind of showing that.
I think it's really refreshing. Because all these Christmas movies are like, oh, it's good all the time. Christmas is awesome. But here, it shows you, I feel like more of a real depiction of American Christmas, especially during that time. And now I feel like it holds up even more because, especially during like times of COVID, people are not in the right spirits. Are not in maybe not right spirits, but like just not in feel good spirits, I guess, and Christmas spirits, and it's hard to get that. And then this movie kind of shines a light, like even though the times that it may not be good, and you may be looking like down on yourself and having dark thoughts, there's still like hope in the world.
All right, I think it could be a feel good Christmas movie. Maybe not like Hallmark levels of feel good. It's something.
Hallmark is a totally like different thing though. Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's Hallmark just takes the same plot and like just copies and pastes it, recycles it, adds new people that didn't make it to Hollywood status.
All right. Okay, have you seen Christmas with the Cranks? Tim Allen movie.
Tim Allen.
With Jamie Lee Curtis, I think, is his wife in the movie. The premise is they're usually like the Christmas people, but they want to go to Hawaii for Christmas. And then either the flight gets canceled or their daughter is like coming home and wants it to be the same Christmas that it always was when she was growing up. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this.
Okay, well, you can save yourself a watch, because that is the only Christmas movie that I'd call complete dog. Dog movie. It's not funny. For a comedic Christmas movie, it's not funny at all. You definitely can save yourself the time.
The new Home Alone was pretty bad. So.
I also think like they casted the actor for Mr. Bean to be like the angel or God or like Santa. It's a really weird movie.
What? Okay.
Home Alone is Pog. It's good.
Home Alone holds up. It's really good. I feel like I like the second one more than the first one.
Yeah, I could agree with that because Donald Trump. No, I'm just kidding.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I do have unrealistic hatred for one that people would consider a Christmas movie, but I don't even consider it a Christmas movie. And that is, I think it's called Nightmare Before Christmas, the one with like Jack.
Oh,
what? I think that movie's dog. But I know a lot of people like it. No. Sorry.
I love
it. Nope.
It's completely Pog for me.
It's completely dog.
You've never watched it?
But I have.
No, Lisa.
Lisa would probably be the person to like it, and that says a lot about Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa, it's dog.
I like it. It's a really
I just don't like how whenever you talk to some girl who thinks they're like edgy, they say that's their favorite Christmas movie. And I'm like, no, yeah, like okay. Your heart doesn't bleed. Stop. And they're like, no, like I'm different. I'm changed. Like, no, get out of here. I don't want to hear that. I'm sorry. I can't. All right.
Cram is asking if I want to play Valorant right now.
Cram, come on, man. Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Okay movies. Not great movies. Yeah. I don't know. They're not Pog. Right. They're not really dog.
What movie?
Rudolph and Frosty. Even though I don't really like the songs, the movies themselves, they're not terrible, but they're not great. Animation's a little yikes, but
yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about yikes animation, let's transition to Polar Express. Good Lord, God. The animation of Polar Express is actually frightening and terrifying. They tried really hard to make a realistic animated movie, and Polar Express's animation is disgusting to look at. The kids look like aliens, except the main character. Besides the main character, everyone just looks so weird. Don't you remember the ice train scene? No. Also, there's just like a lot of randomness on the Polar Express. He somehow gets on the top of the train, he drinks a cup of Joe with like a homeless man, and the conductor's
the ghost. He's the ghost of Christmas.
And the conductor's like super weird about tickets. That annoying kid that everyone says is me. That like smart.
He is
smart
you.
Kid. No.
He is you.
No.
Actually,
Cram.
You.
No.
Yep.
No.
Cram agrees.
No, it's not.
I think it's a good movie. It has a cool message. And they approach that message in a very unique and I think heartfelt way.
Cap?
All right.
No, Polar Express, kind of dog. I'm not going to fully put it in dog category. I think there are moments like the bell not ringing because he doesn't believe in Christmas. Great. That part, great. Hot chocolate scene, actually not bad. It kind of slaps.
It's good.
But there's some parts of that movie that I highly questioned who was writing it. It doesn't make sense.
Really?
It literally doesn't connect. Like the dots don't connect.
I don't know.
Oh no, what is happening? Oh my God.
Oh, Cram.
Oh God. All right. A Christmas
Gosh darn it,
story.
Cram.
A Christmas story. What do you think of A Christmas Story?
Christmas Story. Oh,
The one where he
it's
like
not.
wants a
It's not
gun and he
a.
like
Is
licks
it
a Christmas
a?
pole.
No, I know, but is it? It's not a Christmas Story. It's just Christmas Story, right?
I thought it was A Christmas Story.
Or is it Mandela Effect? I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I like Christmas Story. I think it's a very. I mean, they're all unique, I guess, but it's like a very good tradition Christmas movie because like not every family watches it.
No, dog movie.
You think it's a dog movie?
Yes.
I think it's so funny. Okay, like the dad falls in love with the leg lamp. The Ralphie, like he wants a gun that like everybody says will shoot your eye out.
Everything in that movie is extremely overacted and it comes off very cringe. Like especially the scene where he's sitting on Santa's lap. It's so bad. And
well,
then,
yeah,
like,
but
he's getting like bullied by kids on a like while he runs home. It just I don't know. It's a different era. Maybe I don't understand.
Mhm.
Oh my God, what is happening in chat?
Next person has to live with me.
Anyway,
Cool Cram. I think it's a cool movie because it's okay, especially that scene. So like that scene, right? They're trying to, or the director was trying to like capture the perspective of like what a child would see with a big like adult dressed in a Santa suit that's like all red in the face with Jolly and Holly and stuff. It like that would be kind of scary to a kid, right? So they're trying to like capture that in a way.
no.
So they're overacting that scene. A lot of the scenes is overacted, but I don't know. I feel like it's funny because he's just trying to get this Christmas gift, and there's like funny like subplots, like him accidentally saying the F word because he said fudge, but he didn't say fudge. You know.
I think that's a reference to How I Met Your Mother. Oh yeah, you're right. Can we get a Pogger dog with Cameron? It's up to him if he wants to be on camera and talk for an hour and a half. That's entirely up to him.
Yeah.
A Christmas. Okay, last one. A Christmas Carol, the one where he's visited by ghosts of the past, and it ends with him holding Tiny Tim.
Which one?
I mean, any of them. Do you think you like the story made by Charles Dickens?
Yeah, I like the story. The story's cool. I've never, I guess, read it because I mean I grew up with like all these adaptations and media. I like the Muppet one. Yeah, there's one with the Muppets that I really like.
Yeah, and then there's that like Tom Hanks version with called Scrooge, where they do like a weird spin-off of it.
I've never seen that one.
It's basically Ebenezer Scrooge is in like old England. He's just kind of a mean boss. He doesn't believe in Christmas. He's all about money, and then he's visited by 3 ghosts that haunt him of Christmas past, present, and future, showing him how he's destroyed other people's Christmases, how he's currently missing out on the current Christmas, and that in future Christmases, he will die and no one will love him or remember him. And from that, he has an epiphany that he decides that he wants to change himself. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say that's a spinoff though, because that's just the book, right?
See, you're saying that you like Elf, Cram, but Sean said Elf is overplayed and cringe.
I didn't say it was cringe. Did I?
Nah, you might as well have said it, man. That's very weird, champ, Cram.
Weird champ. I don't know. Like December. Okay, think about it. Okay, so if they played in elementary school, I wouldn't mind because you're just in one classroom for the entire time. But for middle school and high school, just in December, I would see Elf like there was a time where I saw Elf in 3 of my classes
Yeah.
and in one day, and that I was just like, "Oh my gosh." Because I like the movie,
Yeah.
but seeing it that many times in one day, I was just over it.
Fair. All right, let's finish off on the newest Christmas movie this year. It came out on Netflix. It was a Netflix original. It's called Love Hard. What did you think of Love Hard?
Uh,
Pog, dog, and then explain why.
the catfish one. Yeah. I think it's Pog. Uh, it was very unique because I mean, even though it's like kind of an old concept and it's pretty well known that people catfish, and it's been, I mean, people have been doing it for like
Mm-hmm.
years.
Sure.
Uh, but I've never seen it in a movie, especially a Christmas movie. And I'm sorry, chat is just weird. I really like it. It's very fun how like at the end he like finally uses his own pictures and he uses his own name instead of his best friend's profile. Uh and he tells his dad what he actually wants to do with his life instead of taking over the family business. Um
All right. Well, now it's time for my take. Love Hard is a dog movie.
Really?
Rewarding people for catfishing is a weird message to convey. The movie just kind of ends, even though there was like all this conflict. And if you have watched Hallmark Christmas movies, which unfortunately I've watched a little too many, Love Hard follows that same exact thing where everything just goes down on the main character. He's down on his luck. He's getting exposed, getting called out. His parents don't love him. And then all of a sudden he gets the girl and it all just works out and the movie just ends. Overall,
Okay.
bad movie,
Okay.
bad message. I did like the fact that they teach him to just love himself.
Right.
That was a decent message. I also really like the scene where they re-sang Baby It's Cold Outside. But yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry, it's just a dog movie.
Justin, okay. So yeah, he's catfishing. It's bad. It's wrong. But she like, okay, she low-key falls in love with him by talking to him. Like, yeah, of course, physically, she thinks he's his best friend who's definitely like more attractive than him male-wise. But like he has a good personality and she like kind of falls for him. And that's the whole I mean, I don't think she was because she's like West Coast and they're East Coast. I don't think she was like just gonna go all the way to the East Coast just for an attractive looking guy.
I like that they teach the female lead that what she believed was love wasn't love. And I like that they taught the main male lead that what he thinks he needs to do to get companionship is not what he actually thinks.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, movie not well executed, could have been better written, and it just kind of ends. His dad, who he's like worried about, won't accept him all movie. Just decides like, oh, the moment you get a girl, it's totally okay. Yeah, so I think that's where we're gonna end it, unless you have anything you want to wrap it up with.
Just adding, I probably love this movie a lot more than you do, just because I love Hallmark movies, and even though all Hallmark movies are the same, I like fall for each movie. I mean, there's some movies where I'm just like, all right, this is a little repetitive, but some movies add a new twist to like the old like storyline. I appreciate that, and I like that movie.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for watching Pog or Dog episode 1, the Christmas special. Kind of weird that we started on a Christmas special episode, but hey, we're different. We do things different here.
We different. We different.
Anyway, Sean, you want to say any closing thoughts to everybody before we peace on out of here and call it a day?
Have a good Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Pog or Dog, featuring your host, JussRuss, and co-host, Sad Life Sean.